What's going on today? So we've got a new 572 here. I just purchased it a few weeks ago. I got about 12 tanks through it now, and I just wanted to go over some things that I like about it. We're going to start with these new fill caps. They flip up compared to the old style and my 390 there. And for you guys that never watched before, I've run a lot of saws in my life. I started with a 550 Rancher, a 55 Rancher. We run a whole bunch of different line of stills at work. We recently switched to a 550 XP for our cut and saw at work. And after using that, I said I got rid of my 372 XP. I kept my 390, which I bought 2 years ago, and I bought this thing. So, fill caps are awesome. I love them. Another great thing with these new ones is this new style chain tensioner. You just loosen your bolts and the chain tensioner's right there. You don't have to look for it or dig for it. Very accessible. I run 18 inches on both my chainsaws. Little different start procedure on the new ones where it's fuel injected. I usually prime it 3 times. Flip your button all the way up, and usually it kicks on the second pull, and then you just snap it down, and usually it's always fired up for me so far. No starting troubles. And again, primer's right there, so that's a nice feature. The 390 doesn't have a primer. Neither did my 372. Big thing they changed with these is they've got a better air filter onto them. It's got a quick thread on the top to change it or clean it. And Husqvarna made a big deal about this saw. The old ones in here in the air inducer like to throw a lot of dirt up around your filter. All you Husky guys know this. You got to clean your filters. I mean, you should always clean your filters. That's a no-brainer, but this here is going to last a lot longer before it plugs up because of the new design. They basically got it blocked off in here way better, so the dirt doesn't fly right up at the carburetor anymore. So that's a great thing. And that was a lot of the trouble with the first generation, the Mark 1s, and the 562s were just an absolute curse. My favorite thing about this saw, and the whole reason I bought it, is this new handle design is absolutely flat out incredible. There is nothing that is easier on your body. Even if this saw doesn't last as long as the old carbureted ones, I can burn 5-6 tanks in this in a day and walk away and I'm not crippled. I mean, the 390 in 2 tanks will play you out way more than this will in 5. And this compared to my 372, I'll take this any day of the week just because it's so much easier on the body. There's like 0 vibration in the handle. Mind you, it doesn't feel as strong as the handle on the 390. But that being said, 12 tanks cutting real big wood, and I shove onto it a bit. It's great. There's no complaints whatsoever. The power is quick. The chain speed is very fast. There's basically no slow setting. All these 5 series saws, I tell everybody, be careful if you're in the woods with them, because like the carbureted ones, you can control the chain speed and turn your chain slow. This here thing, as soon as you touch it, it's just like a gun and it goes off. Like, it's incredible how fast and how quickly it turns that chain up. Another great thing, the 572 with this new handle design. I won't demonstrate it right now, but maybe later on if somebody really wants to see it, I can show it. But you can wind this thing up and you can shove the tip of that right straight into a piece of wood, something that you should not do, but you can actually handle the kickback of this big saw. It doesn't fly up over your head, and whatever little change they made in this handle, it's honestly crazy how much they reduce the kickback if you're to jam or pinch or hit something with the tip of this saw that causes a kickback. So again, if you're using this thing, multiple tanks a day, this thing is just amazing and great on your body. It doesn't beat you up at all. And like most big saws and any professional saw should have, it's got the decompression right there in the top. A little different than the 390. On the 390 and the 372s are on the side here, but it's still there. I use it just for the sake of the pull cord. But yeah, two absolutely great saws. I am a Husky guy, obviously, but I've run a lot of stills. I can say I haven't handled any saw that's as comfortable as these new ones. There's just no comparison. So if you're thinking of buying one and you're a little bit older and you find that you're sore after you junk 5 or 6, 7, 8 tanks, whatever you do, you're gonna like this saw, even if it doesn't get the hours of the old carbureted ones, because it's just gonna be so much easier on your body. And that being said, 12 tanks into it, cutting fairly big hardwood, junking firewood, I honestly haven't got a single bad thing to say about this saw yet. Nothing. Everything about it I like. And I mean, I love my 390. That's just an animal. It's more powerful than this, but this is so much more controllable. You don't want to run a 390 if you're not used to running the saw. So you really shouldn't run this if you're not used to running the saw either. But for those of you that are, in a 50, 60 cc saw range now and you're thinking of going a little bigger, this guy here is probably going to be easier on your body than a 60 cc saw, honest to God. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents worth. And again, great product. Very happy with it. So if I have any complaints or anything happens to it, I'll be sure to post and see how Husky deals with it. But I've got like 200 and some hours on my 390 and I haven't had a single issue, and I'm assuming this saw is going to be the same way. So that's my 2 cents worth, guys.